Are you ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Welcome to the Roundtable, everybody. My name is Robert Bannon. You're listening to us on BroadwayWorld, the Broadway Podcast Network, iHeart, and Spotify, where artists come to talk about art. And I've been following these next two for a really long time. You see, a long time ago, I was obsessed with the TV singing reality shows, and I saw them up there singing their faces off. Their love and their chemistry and their vocal technique is beyond, like beyond. And then by some magical divine way, I got to work at SNL for 3 years, and Ed Sheeran was the musical guest for one episode. And I saw Raphael and Whitney walking, and I was like, oh my God, and I saw them be a background, I don't know what they want to call it, assistants, making everybody sound good. Maybe they call them background, they make you sound good singers. So they were there with Ed, and then I see, then they're with Alicia Keys. Then the other day, I'm now in Detroit, and I go to the Aretha, and Shante Moore sings her teeth out, up and down and around. And then so I'm sitting next to my husband, and I'm sorry, this is a long intro. Y'all gonna bear with me. I'm sitting next to my husband, and I said, are they? And then she introduced them as the married couple. I said, I'm gonna DM them, right? They are the most singingest singers. It was summer. They were in leather, singing their face off outside. With Shante Moore, y'all, who sing. They could sing. Raphael and Whitney are here, and I'm so excited. I'm such fans. Welcome to the show.
Hey, Robert. That was a beautiful intro. We were cracking up.
I needed people to know the receipts that I have been rocking and watching you all conquer this world for, I don't know, a minute.
Yeah. Well, first of all, thank you for having us. Wow. So what have we done? We've done so many things.
It's been about 18 years now that we've been supporting vocalists for many different artists and award shows professionally and internationally.
Yes.
We've been singing our entire lives, but professionally and internationally, 18
Absolutely.
years.
So we've been blessed to sing with, obviously, Alicia Keys, as you mentioned, Ed Sheeran and Shante Moore, also Common,
the rapper,
as well as Estelle.
I've been on tour with John Legend. I've performed with Bruno Mars, Meghan Trainor.
We've done shows with Chrisette Michele, Emily Sande.
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa. We've been on the Grammy stages,
Rock and Roll Hall of Fame,
BET Awards, Video Music Awards, European Music Awards,
a lot.
Saturday Night Live, Stephen Colbert,
David Letterman, Stephen Colbert,
Jay Leno.
Yes, we've done vocals for the Super Bowl and Oscars, and
it's been a beautiful journey that we would not have planned.
Yeah.
But we're just grateful to God for just kind of directing our path. Not even kind of, definitely directing our path, connecting dots, creating opportunities, and then preparing us for it.
Yeah.
And not only do they do it well, they do it together. They look damn good when they do it, and they give you fashion and vocals and the whole thing. Everybody, now watch. Now that you know Raphael and Whitney, and you get to see them if you've seen them on TV, you're going to see them all over the place. Everywhere. There they are, singing, and singing. Where are you guys? Question behind, are you guys, you have your own music out, you put out music together. When people call you, when people call whoever they got to call to get Raphael and Whitney to be on the stage with them, are you a package deal?
So we are a duet. Then that's been a journey that we've had to just accept over the years. But now we're like fully in it. We're a duet because at one point we felt like we needed to remain solo artists just to keep our individuality.
We didn't understand like the definition and beauty of what unity actually means. It doesn't take away the individuality just because we do it together. So accepting that years ago and growing into the duet of Raphael and Whitney, and putting out our own music, but then we have become a package deal as supporting vocalists as well. And that wasn't anything that we planned for or expected. But when in hindsight, we have been cultivated to be a duet in so many ways. A package deal in so many ways since we met each other.
For sure.
We've been building and growing and being support for each other and being a team, which was like over 20 years ago.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, yes, we are a package deal. And we do get booked to do things separately. There are some artists that only want female background singers or supporting vocalists. Some artists only want male supporting vocalists. So in those instances, obviously, one of us will do the opportunity, but it's a preference of ours to work together whenever we can. And we have been blessed to change some people's minds creatively when they realize that they could have the both of us. They're like, oh, I was going to do two girls, but
because actually Shantae's original intent was to have females, just females. And then when she realized it was the two of us, and because we actually were singing background for the BET Awards where she was honored, and she was like, oh, they're free? I didn't even know they were free. Absolutely, yes. You know, it was like, screw the whole two female thing. We're gonna get both of them. This is a package deal. So sometimes the creative direction can change, and sometimes it's like, for this look, we just want it to be all guys in suits. For this look, we just all want females. So majority for the past 10 years, actually 10 years straight, it's been the two of us.
Well, you're your own. You're your own. You have your own fandom. You bring your own set of people who love what you do and are followers of what you do. And it was so funny to say that Shantae Moore did not wanted two female vocalists, because Raphael gets up there and sings with her. Like, well, he gets that microphone and is singing up there with his own special duet moment. You all do.
Thank you. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's got to be something to work with artists who are. She's very selfless and shared the stage well. And you've worked with a lot of people who have really put a spotlight on your own talent. It must be very gratifying to see some of the greatest singers that have sold the most records and arenas and stadiums. And what's it feel like when they introduce you and they give you all the kudos about the amazing work that you do?
It's a blessing, bro. It's humbling. Like, I don't take it for granted. Anytime we get to sing on the stage, even if we're not acknowledged, it's still a blessing, because we look at every gig as an assignment, as an opportunity to share what God has given us, to support the artist, to support the vision of the creative. But when we've been blessed to work with artists who do support us and who do celebrate us. It just feels so rewarding. It feels so just affirming.
It's also sobering, because a lot of people assume artists are just all about themselves. Right. And there are many artists that know they're very resolved in who they are, and they can let great singers be great. You know, and that was one of it was a very special moment for me to experience that in my early 20s when I started with Alicia Keys, because she was the first major artist I toured with at 21, doing a world tour, which lasted a year and a half. Just getting thrown into such a major opportunity, and then be given solos and asked to do things, and just like putting in like this, getting put into like a leadership role, and just trusting me and what I bring to the table. Like my husband and I said, we look at it as assignments. And so it's not just singing, but how I support her, like even emotionally, and how I show up, just being able to have that space to fully be me. Growing up as a only child that was like 12 kids to my mom, having so much energy and having so much just singing, dancing, doing everything, and to be able to be cultivated at such an impressionable stage in my life in my 20s with a person that had so much confidence, resolve, and grace to let me be all of me was just like, wow, it was sobering. Like, man, people really don't understand who celebrities are, and they are real people that go through their own thing. But there are some that are just like, they're just very supportive and loving and want you to shine. And so they really want you to shine, not even just on their stage for the benefit of their concert. Like even for us in our own music and our own thing, we've been blessed to be with artists that have listened to some unreleased music that we have and give feedback and share with us on how we can do this and how we can grow. Alicia's been a huge part of that, been like kind of like mentoring us through and taking time out of her schedule to have meetings with us to listen to our music and share production tips. And you know, it's been amazing to sit on stage and have that viewpoint of who they are, but then on and off stage as well, be able to experience the humanity of the celebrities has been such a blessing to see and to be coached by. Because it's like we are our own artists as well, but God has allowed us, which we didn't even expect, to sing background. Like I didn't even,
that was never a
dream. People are like, you guys are living your dream. I'm like, actually, I didn't even know this was going to be a thing. But I am grateful for the path because I'm learning so much on how I can present as a forefront lead artist, and how I can treat my team, and how I can treat my people, and how I will, as that time continues to elevate and grow, as we grow as supporting vocalists. We're growing as people. And I'm like, I'm glad I didn't become a famous lead artist right out of high school, because that was the real dream.
Right.
Just get signed and and God was like, you know what, I'm going to take you over here.
I got a better route
for you so that you can kind of mature in a lot of areas
and really be able to handle what it takes to maintain such a career with such influence and impact.
Yeah. That means when Raphael and Whitney are on their world tour and you're supporting them, they're not going to put you in no Red Bull Rufin somewhere in the, they're going to take care of their people because they've been in these streets, So I know that the people that you work with have always treated you well, and you only hear the greatest things about the artists that you've worked with, and I love that. So where are you both from? Raphael, where are you from?
I'm actually from Chicago. I was born on the South Side.
Right there. and Whitney, where are you from?
I'm from Champaign, Illinois, which is actually where the University of Illinois is. So it's a college town that's like 2 hours outside of Chicago.
So where did you meet? You both are Illinois babies,
right?
Yes.
I went to school at U of I, which is where her hometown is.
Yeah.
And we met in a singing group down there.
You met in a singing group. Was it instantly like we like each other's vibe and voice, or was it like we're in love and I want to take you out to the movies? Like what was it?
It was neither of those. It was.
I actually was dating someone and. At that time, my grandmother had just passed. Yeah. It was such a very interesting moment. Like he actually came to the album release of the group that I was a part of.
Yeah.
And he was a new guy because one of the guys was transitioning out to do something else with his career. We were getting a new guy. He was a new guy. So then we started rehearsing together, and me and him immediately realized, like, I was like, he's kind of like a boy version of me. Like this is really
approach and perceive music very
similarly. And so we would arrange the vocals, and in the studio, we would be producing the vocals in the studio and helping people out in the studio. And then we would travel together for different gigs. We would sit next to each other on the bus and listening to, we like some of the same artists. We used to always listen to Brandy. That was like when Full Moon album came out. So we were like sharing headphones and like singing and just really building a genuine friendship, really.
100%.
And then since he went to the college of my hometown, he also will perform for their talent show. So then I would sing background for him, and I would help with the background singers while he would help with the band. And so we just kept developing this teamwork of, I work with the music, you work with the singers, we work with each other. I need you to do this, and I'm going to do that.
Check out my new song.
Yeah, I heard everything first.
So, and then out of that friendship blossomed the romance.
Eventually,
yeah. So I feel like I noticed it. I felt it first.
Yeah.
But I wasn't as overt with it as I could have been. I was like, I really love our friendship. I appreciate it so much.
And I'm like, I do too.
And I'm like, dang, that kind of went over his head, which means I probably didn't articulate that the way it could have.
To the point that when she said that, and during that time, I'm like actually interested in talking to somebody else. So she's feeling some kind of way about our relationship, and I'm just like, I have this female that I want to talk to, and I want to get to know.
And talking to me as his best friend, like, I think I'm gonna tell her, and I'm like, you should. You absolutely should. You should go for it. And I was like, there was such maturity at that age. I was like 18.
That's big.
I was like 18 or 19, and I was like, I'm not going to force something if it's not meant just because my emotions are there. I might, maybe I shouldn't be operating from my emotions. Let me just see and be a good friend and really say, go for it, because what I don't want you to do is not go for it. And then I try to force something, and then you're still thinking about what that could have been. So I'm like, I've been a friend, so I'm going to be a friend. And so he went after it and went after her, and they began dating, but then they ended up breaking up with each other. just off of differences of views of where their future was gonna go. Yeah. And when you have those deep conversations with people and you love somebody, but then you realize, man, we really don't align in the most important places. Mm-hmm. And so after he realized they didn't align, he was graduating for the University of Illinois and he was kicking it with his family. They were celebrating with champagne and he called me tipsy, like, "You're the one I want to be with." And I was like,
blame it on
the juice. I hear you.
I said, call me tomorrow when you're sober, okay? Because what we're not going to do is play with my emotions while you tipsy with your family, because no. And he called me the very next day and repeated exactly what he said. Like, no, I meant what I said. Even though I was a little lit off the champagne and celebrating with my family, you're it. And I need to let you know that what my intentions are. And I would like for us to just, try this out. I know we've been friends, but let's take it to the next level. And I said, okay, let's try it and see.
Oh my God, that's a whole movie. I've seen that movie, but Raphael, how'd you mess it up? How didn't you get the vibe, Raphael? Come on. No, it don't work out. Divine timing.
We're working on a song that talks about the exact thing. Sometimes you see what you want to see and you don't see what you're supposed to see until you see it. So I had to do what I had to do. I'm glad that I still went for it with what I thought I needed to go for, because there's no regret. I don't disclaim. I don't have any reservation about my decision to move forward with pursuing a relationship with Whitney.
Yeah. What's funny is I always feel bad. I got married in May. My husband and me, we got together and then we stopped for a year. And we took a year where we were not. And then I always say to him, like, I messed that up because I wasn't. And he said, no, we may have never worked if that was the moment. It had to happen when it needed to happen at the right time.
The breakups are so important because we actually broke up when we were engaged.
We broke up
right before we got engaged. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Before we got engaged, it was like, all right, I don't know if we understand who we are. Maybe we're spending too much time together. I don't know if this is what it needs to be. And we broke up for, I don't even know how long that was. It was a couple of months. And
we were still living in the same house. So it was super
weird. Crazy. We were pursuing our career. We had moved to New York, was pursuing our both of our music careers. And, being roommates, another roommate from Chicago moved with us. So it's three of us all pursuing our careers in New York. And then we decided to break up. And it was like, so how do we do this? Like, we all are roommates. We're roommates together, but now we're trying to be friends.
But not really being friends.
But not really being friends.
I want you to realize what you're missing because you're not with me for real. But then it's like, you're not really being a friend. If you can't be unconditionally supportive of somebody. So it was weird. Yeah. Thank God we got through that time. And we got through it in a way where when we got back together, there was a different appreciation for each other and for the relationship. And then that's when we decided to really make it official and get engaged.
Yeah, and he surprised me with that as well. That engagement was in front of all of our friends and family at a festival in Champaign, Illinois, my hometown. We had done touring and came back home, and everybody's like, oh, they back home from their first tour. So people were excited and, rooting for us because we got out of the small town and toured the world. And now we're back doing our own shows. I did my own hour set. He did his own hour set. I sung background for him, and they were like, well, this, we got to shut the sound off because the time is getting beyond us. And we're like, shut the sound off. So they shut his sound off at the end of his set, and everybody came to the stage.
I'm singing This Woman's Work as my last song. So now I'm singing without a microphone. People are coming to the stage. I know it is a movie, Robert. People are coming to the stage, and I finished the song. And then I call Whitney up and we're doing our thank yous.
Everybody for supporting
and coming out.
And I cannot really hear him. I'm kind of just in a moment smiling, holding his hand like, thank you guys. I'm seeing people. And then my shoulder went down and I was like, what is happening? And he was on his knee crying while everybody was just standing there. And I'm like, what is happening right now? And he's like, his face is wet. He's like ugly crying. He's like, will you? And I'm like, what? And so I'm like, yes, he has this ring.
The Ring is a whole nother movie.
It's
needless to say, full circle moment. I proposed to her in the hometown in front of the family. It was a beautiful moment of celebration.
Yes.
And then a year later, we got married.
Yeah.
So how long are you married now?
We just celebrated 15 years, August 21st.
Yeah.
You're babies. How can you be married for 15 years? You're babies. Oh my
15 years.
15 years. And you work together, you live together, you just live life with your best friend and do that.
Yeah, it's very true.
It's very true.
Was there a conversation about, wow, you're gonna, like, when people reach out and you're gonna hit the road, you get in that tour bus and you're on the road together. I mean, you don't always get that. I went to work for 8 hours and then I came home and you made dinner and we chat. Like, there's a certain, your lifestyle is very non-traditional in that way.
Yes.
100%.
It started off separate. He was touring with Queen Esther
and the Harlem
Gospel Singers, and they were in Europe, and I was touring with Alicia, and we would meet up in different countries that whenever our tours intersect. So
at the airport when I'm flying in and she's flying out, like it was cool and different.
And we had something to talk about because I'm like, I was at this place today and look at the mountains, and we were emailing each other and missing each other because we was in different time zones. FaceTime wasn't a thing back then. It was real long distance. And then Alicia, she had taken a break, which was the same year we got married, but then she was starting back up with tour again. And that's when Girl on Fire came out, and she switched up. What? Oh, no, before that was Estelle. A week before we got married, that's when we started actually singing together as a duet for background. Estelle was the first artist we sung as a duet a week before, 2 weeks.
A week and a half
before we got married, we were in Egypt singing background for Estelle.
With the Mediterranean Sea as our landscape. It was incredible.
Damn. Well,
she's actually the one that was like, you guys are a package deal. She kind of coined it in a way.
Yeah.
We were like, okay.
And after she said that, then it was like Alicia's people called, like, she said you sing with your husband, so you cool with him being on tour with you? Like, that's how it happened. I was like, yeah, I think so. I feel like, sure, let's try it out.
Nobody asked me if I wanted to go on tour. They just asked her if she was cool.
Alicia was like, she would tour with you by yourself. Like, she's cool. She know you got her back. She trusts you. But if you cool with your husband joining you, then she'll take the both of you. And I was like, okay, well, let's try it. Let's see.
Let's go. And the rest literally is history. You did that big, giant world tour together.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. It was incredible.
It's like 6 weeks here, then 2 weeks home, and then in Asia for 6 weeks and 2 weeks home, and then it was Israel and back, and then it was Africa and back, and it's Australia and back, and
it was amazing.
South America. It was just everywhere.
So for you both, what do you consider? I'm really fascinated with supporting artists, supporting singers, because I can't sing harmony or jack, and nope. And so I love music and I love the singers. And what I'm so moved, and we've done shows. We've had Lisa Fisher, we've had Darlene Love, we've had Judith Hill. Like, we've had people come on and talk about that life. So for you all, when do you help create the arrangements? Are the arrangements given to you? When you do that set, I just saw you guys with Shantae Moore. Do you guys get any? Does she tell you what she wants? Do you bring your own personality to it? What is the process to make it happen?
It's different per artist.
Yeah.
Some artists will have rehearsals. Some artists don't have. Like, we didn't like get a lot of time with Shantae. Like, we asked the musical directors to send us some shows, send us the music, because we have our own process of how we actually prepare and show up the way that we do. And so we pretty much came to rehearsal knowing her stuff, and she was very shocked.
And we, to your point, we do decide what we're going to sing, how we're going to sing it, what parts to pull out, especially when there's just the two of us, but there's sometimes 3-part harmony. We will arrange and like figure out what should be the best way to support the sound so that the song feels like it's supposed to feel, specifically for the live performances.
Yeah, and then the artist,
every
single award show, and then the artist or musical director who's ever over the rehearsals will let us know if they want us to modify anything or change anything. And it's usually, if anything is changed, it's because they're actually so satisfied with what we brought to the table, they end up wanting to like create something more. It's like, well, can we try this? Can we try that? So then like their creativity is flowing and like, well, let's modulate, let's go up higher, let's do this. So it's like, we arrange, we do what we can, we come prepared, and then whatever they want to do, we're just ready enough to pivot.
So is that is the advice to people that want to be in this world? Like, you have to be prepared. It's homework. It's not just all fun and sing a song.
Oh yeah.
100%.
That's exactly what we teach, like through our mentorship and our programs is, and you hear us using the term supporting vocalist instead of background singer, because we understand that there's a responsibility and weight that we carry to support an artist. And support doesn't just mean being excited about getting a gig, but the way that you support is also how you learn their music, the intentionality behind learning their music, us mimicking certain sounds that Shantae does. Even when we're singing with Ed, sometimes there's a British accent. He says can't instead of can't. Like those little details is a part of how you support. And they feel like, man, they really have my back. So even though you're in the background, you are supporting vocalists that sings backgrounds, that sing the backgrounds. And so teaching our vocalists the importance of learning and coming prepared, knowing the material to be flexible, not just being excited about a gig that you're not prepared for. And then you're so overly self-conscious of trying to be perfect. It's like, no, take your time to prepare so then you can show up in confidence.
I'm so obsessed with you both. I'm obsessed with you both. Y'all, listen, that is the best advice. The worst summer I ever had, I tell all the time, was I was in a barbershop quartet in the Music Man in a regional production, and I had to be the baritone line. And I never appreciated people who sing harmony more in my life. It is such a skill, and people have an ear for it, but it is also like something that requires a lot of work. It's hard work.
Absolutely. Work, humility, awareness.
Yes.
Like as a supporting vocalist, it's a job. It's a real task, because there, even as I'm singing Shantae's music, there's some lines, some parts where I'm singing in the higher register. And so it's not just about me singing the higher note, but I'm trying to sound like how Whitney sounds. And Whitney is matching Shantae's timbre. So it's like different elements and different layers of really what it takes to blend, what it takes to create a sound. Even with the two of us, our voices are very different, but we've learned how to appreciate the differences and also change and modify what needs to be modified so that the sound is exactly what it needs to be for every environment.
We're always we're teaching our vocalists how to like vocal act. And how it's powerful in doing that. And that's a part of also supporting very well. Because some people like, I just want to sing it how I want to sing it. I'm like, well, that's pride. That you can't support someone caring about how you sound so much that you just sing it your own way. It's one note. It's one way to to get a note right that's one thing, but then it's how you produce the sound of that note. And so we go teaching about the styles and genres, and not even just genres, but per verse and chorus and bridge, because all those changes that creates that journey of even one song. So the intentionality of creating that journey with your voice is how you support them and create this live experience that they don't have on their albums, that people can appreciate and feel and just go on a journey with you. And they feel like, man, they really care about me and my music and how this is presented to the audience. So then you get called back because they feel supported.
Absolutely.
And then you have a lifetime of work, and you've traveled the world twice, 3 times, 4 times over. Look, we talking about Ed Sheeran, if you go back to the album I was talking about, the SNL performance, like the monster, I'm in love with the shape of you. Watch them do it. Like, I mean, they did it, that whole tour, that press tour, all those performances. You'll see them there giving their best little A in the bop of it all, go check out those performances on YouTube or wherever they are. So for you all, how do you balance the life of an independent? Like, I'm an artist and I am Raphael as an artist, I'm Whitney as an artist, I'm Raphael and Whitney, and I'm also available to help support some global superstars as well. So how do you make that all work together?
Well, I think one of the ways that we make that work is there's an awareness that we are consistently ourselves, regardless of if it's us singing background, us being an artist, us being teachers. Like Raphael and Whitney, the core of who we are is what we really try to hold on to and just be aware of, because that's who we bring to all those situations. That's how we manage it. It's not like I have to become a different person to sing background. I don't have to become a different person to be an artist. I bring different elements. Some elements might be more in the forefront depending on the environment, but at the core, I am here to serve. I'm here to be honest. I'm here to encourage and inspire and uplift, and I just get to do it in specific ways depending on what the assignment is.
Yeah, and we're also being sensitive to every season on which one of those roles are in the forefront. So it may be a season where Raphael and Whitney, the artists, is more in the forefront and we're doing our own shows, or it's a combination, which it has been throughout our careers thus far. What people have been known as Raii and Whitney, but Raphael and Whitney, we're excited to grow with that and the music that's going to come from that, because it is going to definitely be like a culmination of what we've been learning over the years as a married couple and as people. The projects we put out before are all good. We believe that they're timeless. The Christmas project, the children's album that we have, and even an album we have that has some of our favorite arrangements of some covers that we love, have all been great. But we're really excited about the music we're currently working on.
Absolutely.
And excited to be in such a more grounded space than ever before, and excited to see how we're going to navigate the Raphael and Whitney of today, while supporting people, as well as coaching and training other supporting vocalists through our programs and sending them out and building our agency and training more people, and still vocal coaching also A-list artists. We have A-list artists as clients, as we're vocal coaches for them as well. So we've been navigating it the best that we can. Like we said, it depends on the season. One of them might be more in the forefront than the other. But we know that everything is intentional and everything is divine. And because we're so in tune with that, we're at the right place at the right time. And so we're just excited to serve whatever capacity is meant to be served at that time.
The website is below us right now, everybody. Instagram, you can follow them on Instagram, and the music that they've recorded is out. And what you're saying is stay on the lookout, because there's more stuff coming soon.
Yes,
absolutely.
Raphael, if I may, so you're flying all, but your girl here, my God, her nails, her hair, you got the flyest girl in the game wearing your shoes right there.
I'm not going to argue. You're not wrong. Like, this is a fact. And the more impressive thing is she does it all herself.
Everything.
Nails. She cuts her own hair. She twists her hair. She twists my hair. She does her own makeup. I mean, she does everything.
I do. I have not been to a shop or anything in over a decade. I'm a barber.
There you go.
Praise the Lord.
But I feel that way about you both. When you see you guys, if it's a video or if it's in concert or it's live, it's not music is as much visual as it is as much spiritual, as it is bigger than just a song. And I really get that vibe from you. You guys are intentional about the way you look, the way you present yourself on stage, that the message you're trying to show. Like, this is not just we're going to sing a couple. Like, you understand the importance and presence of what you do, and it radiates from the stage.
Thank you so much.
I'm so glad to hear that. It really means a lot.
Thank you. Those are also the little details that we teach in our mentorship as well. Like, there are gigs that we've gotten. Some of our mentees are vocalists that have trained under us, and we go through their attire as well. It's like, what are you doing for the airport? What are you doing for rehearsal? What are you doing for the show? What are you doing if you guys go out? Like, we're styling people, and like, all of this is very important. It's intentional, and it doesn't mean that you're being prideful. It's you care. It's a part of, like, I'm like, a lot of people don't realize also your attire is a part of supporting an artist. Like, your intentionality of showing up, like, I cared today. See, I actually did my hair. I put on clothes that make me feel good. And so because of that, I have a freedom to support you because I feel good, and you're going to feel good because I feel good. And not that clothes is, has, this power that you're like, being guided by, but the intentionality behind it is important. It's important. And thank you for expressing that and affirming that.
It radiates off the screen. What I love about you guys creating this company or mentorship or creating an agency especially for singers, is that I have some friends who do session work or do vocalist work, and people always ask them, and I've heard people ask them, how do I start being a support vocalist? How do I get session work? And in LA and New York and Chicago, wherever, it's kind of like a secret society. It's very small. What you all do is a very small community. You all kind of know each other, see each other, work with each other. I worked at this show and I worked this award show, and I seen you here and there. And then you kind of have to be in the know to get in the know. So what you're doing is giving people the opportunity to figure out how to do it.
Absolutely.
We're actually walking them through. We've become the bridge, and we're walking them over that bridge to that space. We get those DMs a lot, and we have an academy, Give More Gigs Academy, that for the past 4 years, its phase 1 has been a 90-day program where people have been able to come and get trained from us. And then
it's all virtual.
So we get students from Japan and Brazil and the United States, everywhere. And out of the 90-day program, once they complete that, they get a certificate of completion, and then they go get into the mentorship program. And then there's the mentee path. So it's been like these different phases that we've been able to grow with vocalists, because it's very important for us to have a great relationship with people. Like, a lot of people just want to get put on and get gigs, and those are not the people that get put on and get gigs, because we're like, we want a real relationship with you, because what we have built over 17 years with these artists, they care about how we make them feel, and it's more of the how than the what. They both coincide, actually. It's like, what you do is great, but how you do it is what gets you called back. And so we get to spend time with them, showing them the hows, the internal aspect, how they view themselves, how they view the world, how they view when somebody is giving them correction. And we go through a really deep journey of healing and unforgiveness and all of that stuff that will affect how you show up, right? So we've created a program in mentorship where we do give them an opportunity, because one of our vocalists, Kiana Miles, actually subbed in for me for Shantae when I had to do something else. So she sang with my husband. That was her first gig from us, was singing for Shantae. And you saw the show already. So we trained her, and she learned an hour and 30-minute set doing the choreography, my solo, and all the movements virtually with no rehearsals, just
no in-person rehearsal.
Like, getting with him during sound check and meeting Shantae, going through stuff during sound check, and then the show. And so we are training singers to be show ready.
It's unorthodox, but we are decided to not be limited by what we feel like we need to be, so that we can be adequate and just push forward, do the work.
And we don't have to gatekeep. Like, there's so many blessings and things that God is multiplying in our lives. Like, we're being pushed to actually train more vocalists that are coming under us. So we know that they have the temperament that we have, the care that we have, that the mentality of the culture of supporting vocalists versus just put me on. Right. So we're excited to cultivate more vocalists that honor that, respect that, and give them opportunities. Another vocalist did, been doing Grammys, and now is on her very first tour with Caliucci, and one is doing the Wiz, touring the Wiz as Glenda. Right. And so
she was so good. I saw it.
Well, that's one of our mentees. So coaching and multiplying that it's a part of our legacy. Absolutely. So we're really excited to do that work. That's why we said, depends on the season. Like, these past
I feel like a lot of it is going to continue to coincide, to be honest. And I think God was really strategic by not allowing our solo duet career to really go the way we know that it will. Yeah. Because had it gone in the way that some of the artists that we work for have, we might not have been as sensitive to create the training programs and to just be available in this other way. So,
and we wouldn't have had the experience, because our programs are based off of our real life. Right. Because we neither one of us have a degree in like music theory, or like we're not teaching textbook stuff. Like, we are creating like real life scenarios that they get to learn virtually, like how to really show up and do this as a career. Yeah. Some of our vocalists have already gone to school. They have degrees. They have degrees from performing art schools, and still they come to us like, man, but you guys are showing me how to do it in real life. Yeah. Like, I'm not just reading it and memorizing things, but now I'm doing it, and I'm doing it full time. Yeah. And so it's really beautiful. They're definitely adults, but they feel like our kids. I'm like, you're so grown, but you're like my baby. Just move. I know. And some of them are older than us as well, which is crazy, right? It's like a range of like 21 to like 50. Yeah. The age range, 50-year-olds. Yeah.
I'm here for it. I think it's so beautiful. What a beautiful opportunity. People, they could find information about this through Instagram or through your website, they could find information about how to be the next class, the next journey?
Yeah, they can actually join. We have a free community called Unlock Your Gig on Facebook.
Yep.
And that's where there's over 400 vocalists in there. And we talk to them and we're building with them. They know about the free things that we do, and as well as the yearly program we do with Get More Gigs Academy. Get More Gigs Academy is the paid one, but Unlock Your Gigs is like where people are kind of congregating, waiting for the next year to come.
Jump in, everybody. We'll put the link below us. We'll find it and we'll make sure that we put all the info about Raphael and Whitney, Instagram, their website, etc. And we'll be watching for new music and all that. I have a nerdy music question for y'all.
Okay.
So I sing a little, and I've never been fancy enough to have an in-ear monitor, but I really want one in my life. So I want to know, Raphael, what is your mix? What are you listening to in your ears? And what is your mix? What do you got going on? Do you hear him? Do you hear the other singers? Do you hear the band? What do you hear?
Yes.
So that's a great question. I have the click track. So that click track is a metronome that keeps the tempo. I have that in my ear. I have sometimes musical tracks as well as background vocals that might be in the track. I have the keyboardist. I have the bass player. I have the guitar player. I have the SPDS, which is the drum pad. I do not have drums because a lot of times the drums feed into my microphone. So I don't need the full kit in my microphone. I have in my ear, sorry. I have my voice centered. I have Whitney's voice primarily panned a little bit to the right, and then I have either the other background vocalist or the other lead vocalist panned to my left, and that way I can have a good indication of what we all sound like. I also have our volumes the same because it helps me to make sure that I'm matching volume and intensity when I'm singing with other people.
Yes,
I'm fired already. Oh my God, I'm fired. Just me having to explain that to some, I'm fired. Whitney, what's in your ear?
It's pretty, mine pretty much mirrors his. Like I've learned how to mix mine based off of how he mixes his. So my voice is definitely centered. And when we say center, that means we can hear ourselves in the left and right ear. And so then I have him panned a little to the left. So in my left ear, I have Raphael. He's a little bit in my right, but that's why we say panned a little bit. So he's more so in my left ear. And then the lead artist is more so in my right ear. And then I also have the other background singer more so to my left. So sometimes we're talking to the sound person. We're like, I'll say, can you have BGV2? Because that's what, they call us by what's like on our microphones. BGV2, can you pan BGV2 30% to my left? And BGV3, pan them 30% to my left. And then the artist, split the difference to the right. Like, it's such a skill set to have, but
it's so important.
It's so important to have that well-rounded sound. And then sometimes it don't even work.
Right. All the work, and then you're taking your ear out.
You're taking your ear out so you can hear, what's in the house because something is happening with the technology. So
then you get to give your famous pull the ear out and hold the ear. That's about
man, it's so important to actually, when you're rehearsing, to understand what it feels like in your body, because you can start going off of body memory when that sound doesn't work. But having those in-ears are very important,
especially with the big stadiums and the feedback that can happen.
I learned that having it in your body, and you're kind of, your soul and spirit kind of just take over, and you go on autopilot, and you can just practice that getting it in your body and being grounded in it is so important. I'm old. I'm old. Just give me a little wedge over there and turn me up. All right.
How old are you?
42.
Okay, so you and I are about the same age.
See, I knew Raphael. I know we look good too. Come on now. Okay. I'm so excited for you. What was the decision? I kept you too long, but what was the decision that made you guys do a singing competition? And what do you think of that experience?
The decision that made us do the singing competition is the opportunity presented itself to us, and we didn't have any apprehension about pursuing it. The worst that could happen is nothing. So we did it. We allowed ourselves to go through the process, the audition process, and even the filming process, and we learned a lot. It taught us how to do interviews more succinctly. It taught us how to communicate. It taught us how to put the years of work ethic that we had learned being in New York and touring in a very concise and poignant way. So it was a great experience.
That's why I saw you guys there. Like, they're married and they're so cute and sound so good. And I love their vibe. And I know you create, a lot of people probably recognize you from that. It's huge exposure for an artist.
You know, when we actually see people that recognize us, we like right after the show, there were a lot of people there like, you guys are on. But then even after that, you would be surprised. You're the couple that sung in the backyard couple. Yeah. You're the couple that sings in the car. You're the couple. Like it's amazing the variety of ways that people know us and what season they got introduced to us in our journey. I'm like, the backyard, that video.
Or you're the couple that sang at your reception. Like, I'm like, I think people are beginning to put the dots together that we are that singing couple, whatever
whether it was the backyard or on a television show or with Alicia or with, it's like, and people, they're like, is a hashtag. Like there's a few supporters that's like that singing couple. Y'all are that singing couple. Y'all are my favorite backgrounds. And y'all are my favorite couple that y'all just do everything. And we're like, okay, yeah.
That singing couple right there, everybody. So look, next time you check out a performance, next time you see them on there, I can't wait for y'all to do a tour on your own. I want to see you out in these streets. Come on now, I'm ready.
We are excited.
We're excited, Rob. We're excited.
We are so excited.
Well, I'll be there, and I know people everywhere are going to be following, streaming, listening to their music, the music that's going to come out. Go to their website, find their information, put the Facebook group if you want to sing. I just want to say thank you for your time. Thank you for the love and support that you gave to me by being here for this time and giving your in-depth story, because it's so fascinating and so entertaining, and you guys are so damn good. I'm just here for you all. I rep and root for you all so much.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate that. It's been a blast.
Yeah.
As a parting word, what do you hope when people come see you as a supporting artist, or when you do your shows and you're in the center stage doing what you do? What do you hope people take away from what you do? What do you hope your sound and your part in this business helps people leave the theater, leave the arena with?
That's a great question. I think one of the things that I would want people to take away from it is the joy and the fulfillment that they can experience from us doing something that we feel purposed to do. Mm-hmm. Because if they can see that in us, then it can possibly give them hope to pursue that for themselves.
Yeah.
And I think ultimately, we're all put on this earth for a purpose. There's different assignments that can allow that purpose to be fulfilled. But if you are encouraged by somebody doing what you feel is encouraged or is their purpose, then that can hopefully make you feel like I can do it. I can do my thing. I may not be able to be a singer, but maybe I can be the best this, or maybe I can find full fulfillment and be fully into this part of my life. So that's one of the things that I want people to take from.
Yeah.
Anytime they see us.
Yeah, I like that. I think I want them to appreciate and I want our intentionality behind the care and joy that we bring when we're singing and performing, our smiles and everything. I want them to see that it's okay to care about those details. Like, I think a lot of people get just really caught up in the gig of it, or just, man, they're on every award show, man, they're on, I want them to really see, sense, appreciate, and that charge them to whatever job that they have, mm-hmm. that they come with a certain excellence and intentionality behind how they show up, and that they start caring more and not feeling like I hear a lot of people say, I don't take all that, or that's a little too much. I don't know if I want to do all that, because there's this false humility that people want. They want to be humble. So they're just like, oh, that's too much. But it's like, no, I'm going to have my bangle earrings. I'm going to have my shaved head. I'm going to have my purple lips. And then I'm going to support genuinely this lady, and when I do a solo, I'm going to give it my all. And when I sing background, when it's time for me to sing soft, I'm going to sing soft very well. Mm-hmm. I'm going to be okay with that and not feel like I'm lessening myself because I'm singing soft. And when it's time for me to belt, I'm going to belt. So I want them to be charged to fully be the best that they can be from head to toe, inside and out, and be unapologetic and very resolved in that.
I agree. I also I also know that I want people to understand that you can work with your spouse and do it well. there's a thing that's like, I can't do that with my spouse. We can't work together.
I'll be with her for a week and I'll be tired of listening to, I'll be ready to,
And let me not, I don't want to blow smoke. It is challenging.
Yes.
It takes a lot of work. Like we've grown so much because of the way that God has allowed our lives to align.
Yeah.
But it is possible.
Yeah.
And I want people to know that it is possible to be able to work with your spouse and build a life together where you both are contributing to something greater than yourself.
And it's more than possible, but you can flourish in it and actually be fulfilled in flourishing doing it.
Yeah.
Because some people kind of get by whoo, that was, not surviving it. Like you can really thrive. Yeah. And I believe the world would be a better place if more married people would understand the beauty and what they can get from each other and what they can create and pour out from both people being willing to work together. Yeah.
Where's my husband? I'm telling him we're going on the road.
Husband!
You gonna sing? We're going to sing. I got him.
We're gonna sing.
We're gonna sing. I'd love to work with it. I think there's nothing cuter and more sweet than getting to spend every day with your favorite person. And I think that when you look at your life and you're 95 years old on a beach somewhere retired, you want to look next and be like, that's my person. We did it together. And that's what y'all are doing. That's the most beautiful thing in the world.
It is. It is. Thank you, bro.
I'm such a fan. I'm so obsessed with what y'all do. I'm so excited for people to check out what's coming up, and I'll be following and I'll be ready for it. It was such an honor to be able. I feel like it's been years that I've been watching you, sending messages, being a crazy person, watching the Instagram, rooting for you and cheering for you, and now you're here, and I feel really blessed and like a full circle moment that I get to have you here on my show. It really means the world to me. I'm so grateful that I got to spend some time with you. Thank you.
Thank you, Robert. This was a pleasure, and it was a great time. We appreciate you for allowing us to share our story.
Yes, it was definitely divine. When we do these, it reminds us and it holds us accountable to the love that we have and how we honor and admire each other. So going through our story and sharing our journey is always an affirmation and confirmation, and it charges us again. So thank you for giving us the opportunity to be charged to do what we do and be who we are.
That means a lot. And I'm going to take with you what you said, because what you said about the whole package is, I remember once in acting school, someone said, there's a lot of people who can act. There's a lot of people who can sing. But when you walk in that room in an audition or you're up for a job, they want to be with someone who they want to spend time with, who brings that energy.
Yes.
A lot of people can sing and sing well.
Yes,
are you a person that I want to spend 24/7 on a bus with? That's a whole
yeah, because artists are away from their family.
So you become
you become family. So if you're a great singer that's just weird and isolated or very arrogant, like, I don't need you. We tell our vocalists all the time, people pay for reliability, trustworthiness, and who they want to be in their space. And then they so happen to be very talented.
So write that down, people. Write that down, all you youngsters out there. Make sure you follow them and stay up to date. Thank you so much for being here. I'll be ready anytime you have anything to say. My show is your show. It's an honor.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.